Hello, everybody. Welcome to this bonus edition of AP Chemistry. This is Unit 10, Lesson 4. So thanks for coming along with us on this journey. For you to ponder or discuss with your family or friends, would you rather have chapped lips that never heal or terrible dandruff that can't be treated? They both sound awful. All right, so to start off the lesson today, yesterday we worked on ice tables a whole bunch, and this is going to be a left side that is in your calculations notes from yesterday. And it says, at a particular temperature, K equals 2 times 10 to the negative 6th for the reaction shown. If 2 moles of CO was initially placed into a 5-liter vessel, calculate the equilibrium concentrations of all species. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do it a little differently. I'm going to have you go ahead and you're going to set up your ice table, and then I'm going to teach you a math trick that will help things go a lot easier for you. So go ahead and set up your ice table and then come back here once you've got it set. All right, so if you set up your ice table right, it should look like this. Again, they gave us 2 moles and 5 liters, so I have to divide that out to get molarity. And then I'm going to go ahead and see my concentrations there. Okay, so there's my ice table. So they want to know, they want us to figure out the equilibrium concentrations of all species. Okay, so we're basically going to be doing the calculations and the equilibrium line here once we figure out what X is. Okay, so I'm going to start with my K EQ expression, which is going to be everything here is gases, so that's products, so CO squared over, or with O2, over reactants, which is CO2 squared, okay? All right, so that's my things there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in concentrations. We're going to put in these equilibrium concentrations down here for that. We're going to make a small assumption, okay? And that small assumption here is that this equilibrium constant, as you'll see, is really, 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 really small, okay? And so what does that mean? Well, it means that when this reaction happens, the amount of the chemical that actually goes over is going to be really, really small relative to the 0.4 molar that began, okay? So yes, the reaction is going to move forward in some way, but the amount of CO2 that turns into CO and O2 is going to be really, really, really minor, okay? It's going to be minor. So compared to the 4.4 molar that we start with, which is in the 10 to the negative first power area, 10 to the negative 6th is much, much smaller. So whatever this 2x is that we're going to be trying to subtract to the point from the 0.4 molar, it's not going to matter much. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to make the assumption that it doesn't matter very much, and this is going to still be about 0.4 molar after the case, because I'm going to be subtracting things would have been way out in the 10 to the 6th power, so like 5 decimal points down the line. Well, in sig fig land, that doesn't matter at all, okay? So I'm going to make that 0.4 molar, and we're going to make this 2x and keep that as x. Now I'm going to put those in there. And by doing that, I've just eliminated the possibility of me having to do the quadratic equation. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these new values in here. So the concentration of CO squared, CO is 2x. We're still going to square that. And then the concentration of O2 is x. And we're going to put that over the concentration of CO2 squared. Well, CO2 is now going to be 0.5 molar squared, okay? So KEQ then becomes 2.0 times 10 to the negative 6th equals, this becomes 4x cubed over 0.4 squared, which is 0.16 molarity squared, all right? So now I'm just solving for x in this equation, okay? So we're going to have 2.0 times 10 to the negative 6th times 0.16 equals 4x cubed. Divide both sides by 4, and then take the cubed root of that. If I do that, I get a value of x of 0.0043. Okay, so equilibrium concentrations then are 0.0043 molar for O2. 2 times that, 0.0086 molar for CO. And then the last one is going to be 0.4 molar minus 0.0086 molar, which if I subtract that, gives me a value of 0.39 molar. So there are my equilibrium concentrations of each of the species. One small thing I did not do here, when I did this, this should have been 0.40 and 0.40 and 0.40. That's how I ended up with 3 sig figs at the end. The other thing you were supposed to work on last night was problematic problems 10B. Hold those questions. We'll take those on Monday. Unless you have one that's pressing, go ahead and send that in to me. Just a reminder that we have more ICE problems in the Schoology folder. If you need more practice, if that problem set did not go well for you, you can continue to work on getting yourself better at ICE tables if you don't remember them well from honors chemistry. All right, so today our focus is going to be the rest of the time on reaction quotient. And so for that, you're going to be doing a POGL on reaction quotient. All right, so you're going to work on that on your own, or better yet, if you can find some people in the class to work on it with you, you can go ahead and do that in a group and hang out together and check in with the answers that are posted in Schoology as you go, so you can kind of get stuff happening there. Okay, we will have notes on these on Monday when you come back to class, but again, work on POGL and see if you can figure out that whole reaction quotient thing. All right, so that means in addition to the assignments that were assigned in the previous lesson, just a reminder that fix-its are due on Monday. Do that POGL, and then I need you to do the Lechatelier principle notes and watch that video and take care of that, as well as AP Practice Problems 10A. All right, so a few things for you to get done this weekend, and I will see you on Monday.